Hello there and good afternoon. I'm hoping that you are doing well today on 16th of February 2026. Welcome to EBN News at 1 p.m. My name is Leticia Afandi, and remember we are live on Facebook and YouTube at EBN TV. Now, starting off, teachers from secondary schools and tertiary institutions in Bungoma have raised concerns over challenges with their health insurance share. Speaking at St. Patrick's Boys Secondary School in Naitiri, the teachers' leaders urged the government to take immediate action to ensure educators receive relief from ongoing medical difficulties. They emphasized the need for secondary school administrators to also take responsibility in addressing these issues.
We want to emphasize on issues of autonomy, and we want also to talk about the leadership of Bungoma North at large, elections that were done recently, and the appointments that were made.
Pertaining SHA, we are suffering. We had one hospital, that was Jumbo Clinic, that was helping us to get the facilities, but at the moment, they are not offering. So teachers in Bungoma North are supposed to travel as far as Bungoma in order to get medication. So it is our humble request to the leaders that were elected in the office, that was in January, to ensure that at least teachers, not only in the Bungoma North, but all over.
And elsewhere, leaders in Tana River County have blamed extra tuition fees charged by teachers for the country's poor performance in national exams. Speaking at a County Education Day meeting, the officials said many students remain at home for extended periods because they cannot afford the tuition fees, which disrupt learners and affect exams results. The leaders urged the education authorities to address the issue to ensure all learners can access school without financial barriers.
Tariki, kwa mfano, tuna shule 6 za sekondari, lakini utapata ya kuwa badala ya kuziimarisha hizi shule uziekee malabu ya kutosha na library, mbunge aliyoko hivi sasa anajenga shule nyingine ya sekondari akiipatia location ya zaidi ya milioni 30 kwa sasa, na ilikuwa yafaa fedha hizi zitumike katika kuimarisha shule ambazo ziko hivi sasa.
Kwamba viongozi hawajibiki na sisi, hawana huruma na sisi. Ndio maana kaona hakuna elimu, hakuna chochote, uhuni mwingi. Na huko sisi na inashangaa vibaya, maana huko tuko karibu ni mpakani. Ndio vijana wana wengi pengine wanapotea wanaingia kwenye mpango wa Somalia wapi huko kwa sababu hawana kaa.
Jambo la elimu bila shaka huwa latakikana liwe na hadhi kubwa na ufanifu mkubwa kwa Lamu East. Lakini kwa masikitiko ni kwamba vijana wetu wanaanguka, wanafeli kwa sababu ya mazingira, mihadarati ambazo za vuruga zile akili mzuri na.
And meanwhile, agricultural stakeholders have urged increased investment in arid regions to tackle the country's hunger challenges. Speaking in Mombasa, they said climate change has intensified food insecurity, making the adoption of modern farming technologies crucial. They emphasized that mechanization and innovative irrigation methods are key to boosting productivity and ensuring sustainable food supply.
Is very intentional, and it is, as you have heard, to get closer to the farmers, shorten service distances, improve parts availability, and enhance the customer uptime.
This country represents opportunity, resilience, growth, and is home to some of the most dedicated farmers in the world.
At the right price, spare parts availability, service, workshop, and above all, the training. We need to train the operator to the best usage of the machine and to take the maximum output to increase his productivity.
Using modern machinery such as tractors, planters, irrigation systems, harvesters, processing the equipment to making farmer faster, more efficient, and more productive. It moves agriculture from manual, labor-intensive practices to smart, technology-driven production. For Mombasa.
And more than 4,200 residents in Marsabit County have received food aid from a relief organization offering a lifeline amid the ongoing drought. Each family was provided with flour, maize, beans and salt to help cope with food shortages in the area. Local leaders and residents praised the initiative, noting that such support is crucial in preventing malnutrition and ensuring the burden of vulnerable households during the dry season.
Tulete chakula hasa Waislamu na Ebisa. Sasa ni wakati ukame, watu walipata chakula wakiwa wanatarajia Ramadhan kwa majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu wiki ujao. Na jamii ya Imanyata wamefurahi sana kuona watu wamewaletea chakula ya msaada.
Kila wakati tunasema mambo ya ukame, mambo ya ukame, mambo ya ukame. Sasa hii ukame inatokana na Mwenyezi Mungu na mambo inaitwa climatic change, hatuna uwezo juu yake, lakini lazima watu wa Marsabit sio kila mara tunategemea relief food, tufanye njia gani ndio tuweze kujisaidia ili hii ukame ikikuja isiweze
And the Kenya government is set to expand the Galana Kalalu irrigation project to strengthen food security and address hunger affecting more than 20 counties. Speaking during a visit to the project site, Water Cabinet Secretary Eric Muga said the government plans to increase the project area by 10 hectares, bringing the total irrigation land to 20 hectares. The expansion is expected to significantly increase food production and support vulnerable communities across the country.
Mavuno na kupanda viendelea pamoja. Cumulatively tumelima zaidi ya ekari 2,000 kwa sasa, na we are still in the process, ama tuko katika ile safari ya kuhakikisha kwamba itakapofika mwezi wa 5 katikati yule private investor, because these are public private partnership kati ya serikali ya Kenya na proponent, atakuwa amelima ekari zaidi ya 5,400.
In future, we are looking at addressing the issue of food security in a big way, because currently the country is importing over $4 billion worth of food. So with the implementation of this project alone, we can be sure that we'll have addressed 50% of that, and that's how we'll make our country.
And now to matters politics. Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has called for an end to lies and deception in politics, urging leaders to uphold truth and integrity and accountability in their public duties. Speaking on governance and leadership, Kalonzo warned the Kitui County Assembly against engaging in political action that undermine the will and interests of the people. He said leaders have a responsibility to respect democracy principles and serve citizens honestly, noting that betrayal of public trust erodes confidence in institutions.
Tia Azimio nguvu. Lakini nimeona baada ya kupewa hiyo, Your Excellency, kuna wengine wameanza kulaumu Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta ata kwamba alifanya kama mambo ya nyuma. Na kwa sababu hiyo wanasema wanataka kuondoka Azimio waende mahali pengine. Wale wote wamepukuzwa kutoka ODM na vyama vingine vyote, mlango ya Wiper iko wazi. Sisi kama watoto wa Wiper hatutakuwa na wivu. Ndio tuweze kujenga hii nyumba ya Wiper ikuwe nyumba ina nguvu.
Watu wa Kenya wamechoka siasa za udanganyifu, siasa za chuki, kutoza ushuru usioaminika. Yeyote ambaye analipa mshahara hapa analipa Ruto 50% kwa ushuru wake, na kuleta maproject hayaeleweki. So ninasema ni haki. Hata hii barabara amechelewesha hii, hata ile anasema ataenda kuweka Muunani wekee lami aweke haraka. Lapset hii port ya Lamu is the future of this country, na hiyo tutafanya na serikali ambayo tunaunda mwaka ujao.
And now to matters health. Kenya loses thousands of mothers annually due to complications during pregnancy and childbirth. Despite efforts to improve maternal health services, challenges such as limited access to quality care, long distances to facilities, and a shortage of trained healthcare workers continue to drive these preventable deaths. To reduce maternal death in Kenya, urgent action is needed to expand access to quality maternal health services, especially in rural areas, train more skilled health healthcare workers and ensure emergency essential supplies are available.
Basically, where we have prioritized the counties with the leading contribution of maternal mortality. And what we are going to do is to work very closely with the county governments in terms of capacity building of the health workforce on how to be able to save mothers and newborns. We are revamping the regional blood transfusion center in Garissa County, and that will be able to serve Garissa, it will be able to serve Tana River, and also part of Wajir. We remember, for example, a county like Samburu did not have a blood transfusion center. Imagine you have a mother bleeding in Maralal and somebody has to go to Nyahururu to collect that blood back and forth.
The Council of Governors has taken initiative in ensuring that we activate the initiatives in all the 47 counties where they review the near misses and of course update and take stock of what is happening in each and every county. Discussion about this is followed by implementation across the 47 counties, and the COG has taken lead in ensuring that we communicate the resolutions that have been arrived.
Newborn survival remains equally high, and this is actually a concern to us as a country. It is therefore important to look into what is driving these losses. As we know, the leading cause of maternal death in Kenya remains postpartum hemorrhage, obstructed labor, and eclampsia.
And in education, the Ministry of Education has distributed over 8.4 million grade 10 textbooks to public senior schools nationwide to support learning under the competency-based education system. The ministry says the books supplied so far make up to 70% of the total required, with the remaining copies expected to be delivered by the end of the month. Head teachers have raised concerns over textbook shortages, with education officials ensuring schools that the full distribution will be completed on schedule. And questions have been raised over the accuracy of the school audit report released by the Ministry of Education after about 550,000 learners were found to be unverified. The audit shows the ministry relied mainly on digital records without a physical head count, sparking fears of inflated enrollment figures. Stakeholders now warn that any discrepancies could cost taxpayers nearly 1 billion shillings in capitation funds, exposing gaps in learner verification and threatening the integrity of school funding.
If resources are determined to have been misappropriated based on the enhanced numbers or the over-enrollment, criminal liability will follow. That's why we are submitting this report. If resources are determined to have been misappropriated based on the enhanced numbers.
Now, a family of 3 along the Meru-Isiolo border has been left homeless after their house was destroyed in an alleged arson attack. Residents claim the attack is linked to a prominent businessman seeking to evict families from disrupted land. They say unknown individuals struck at night, setting the house ablaze and reducing it to ashes. Locals add that the incident occurred despite a standing court order halting evictions, with alleged goons seen carrying out night attacks to intimidate residents.
Kama 20 meters, nilikuwa nimetoa mtoto na bibi yangu, within 20 kama kwenda kama 20 meters, mimi nikaona nyumba tu imechomeka yote. Na watu ni kama walikuwa wametumwa na kuna marisasi ikapigwa.
Walikuwa watu wengi. Askari kumbe walikuwa wanajificha nyuma kule, wanakuja kulinda hii watu. Askari wakadhani na hawa wa KPR wale wamepewa bunduki za akiba. Walikuwa wanajificha huko nyuma. Wakati hao watu walitoka na wakakuja wakiwa nyuma wao wakituuliza tuko namna gani.
Vile imeendelea tumesukuma hao watu wote na ndio tumeumia sasa, tunauliza kama tuna haki. Maana tumesukuma hiyo watu na move wote wakaingia kadhare wote, hiyo timu yote.
And Abdulswamad Ali, a candidate for the Nyali parliamentary seat in 2027 election, has called for more government schools and classrooms to ease overcrowding. He said some classes have over 100 students, therefore affecting learning. Abdulswamad promised to build new classrooms and schools to reduce class sizes to 35. Following Ministry of Education guidelines, he also pledged to improve security by installing CCTV cameras in public areas. Residents hope these promises will be implemented if he is elected.
Kuboresha elimu huku Nyali, kuhakikisha kwamba watoto wetu wanasoma katika mazingira bora, kuhakikisha kwamba kila darasa isichukue zaidi ya watoto 35. Hiyo ndio Ministry of Education inavyorecommend, lakini tunaona shule zetu nyingi zina watoto zaidi ya 35, wengine wako na zaidi ya 100 mpaka 50 kwenye shule ziko namna hiyo, ambayo hakuna masomo hapo. Kwa hivyo naona kuna kazi imefanyika na yule mbunge ambaye yuko, lakini haitoshi. Mimi nia yangu, Mungu akijalia, nikiwa mbunge 2027 na watu wa Nyali wakikubali, ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunaongeza madarasa, aidha kujenga shule zingine mpya ama kuongeza spaces katika zile shule ambazo ziko. Ukiangalia huku Nyali tuko na shule sasa 14 public schools, lakini ukiangalia sehemu kama Kiharu kwa mfano, ambayo imekuwa ndio role model ya public schools, tuna zaidi ya shule 100 ambayo ni shule si haba. Ni masala ya security, kuhakikisha kwamba mitaa yetu zina usalama, na katika kuboresha usalama niko na mipango ya kuweka CCTVs katika public schools na kuweka pia katika public spaces. Na nakumbuka juzi tukiona kile kisaka kilichofanyika kule Mtwapa, yule jamaa aliyekatwa mapanga, na akasaidika sana kwamba iliweza kujulikana kwamba wale waliofanya kile kitendo walionekana katika CCTV. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni moja katika zile ajenda zangu kubwa za kuweza kuboresha usalama huku Nyali, na mambo mengine mengi ambayo hatuwezi kuyazungumza siku ya leo, lakini niko na mipango kabambe za kuhakikisha kwamba tunaboresha sehemu yetu hii ya Nyali ili iweze kuwa ni sehemu tajika.
Now, the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning has concluded public hearing on the proposed sale of government shares in Safaricom to Vodacom, following the government's decision to offload 15% of its stake. The final sitting of the hearing was held in Kwale County, marking the end of the nationwide public participation session on the transaction. The committee is now expected to compile views and submissions gathered from the public and stakeholders into a comprehensive report. Once finalized, the report will be tabled in the Parliament of Kenya for debate and further consideration on the proposed share sale.
Sasa tunataka iingie, na hii ndio mapendekezo ya wananchi. Hii pesa iingie kwa National Infrastructure Fund, iingie hapo, serikali ilete projects. Bunge iwe inaweza pitisha hiyo project. Hakuna mbunge ambaye anataka hii pesa iende kwa Consolidation Fund. Kwa sababu Consolidation Fund pesa ikiingia hapo, first charge ni kulipa mandeni, second charge ni pension, third charge ni kulipa mishahara ya constitutional offices, na the fourth one ni kulipa mishahara ya watu wa serikali wote.
Watu wanatafuta pesa kama wananchi, kila siku tunalia maendeleo, na maendeleo kufanyika ni lazima serikali ukuwe na pesa ya kutosha. Kwa hivyo kule kuuza hisa 15, kuziuza hisa za serikali ikiwa inaleta pesa, ili pesa ile isaidie kuendesha maendeleo, masuala ya maji, masuala ya barabara na mengineyo, tunaona kwamba ni jambo zuri,
na nina uhakika kuwa zile shares zikipitisha pesa ikifika kwa serikali, hizo projects zitafuatiliwa na uhakika na
And in sports news, Gor Mahia held on to defeat APS Bomet 2-1 at Green Kericho Valley, moving 6 points clear atop the FKF Premier League. Jackson Wang scored twice late for APS Bomet, but Gor Mahia maintained their lead to secure all points.
Jackson Wang, the South Sudanese international, who puts the ball past the goalkeeper, but nicely then taken care of by the goalkeeper. almost the same way you see it. And on this Gor Mahia have conceded a quick goal as we were watching the celebration on the other side. MPS have pulled one back.
I'm really impressed the way my boys played, more especially building the ball from behind. And these are the things we'll be doing. When we were building the ball from behind, it's only that a mistake happened in the first goal. But otherwise, we'll keep on doing that. And I believe that we really pushed Gor. We really pushed Gor. We were playing against a very experienced side, and they knew how to manage the game.
Today was a very necessary point for us, 3 points. We knew what they did to us in the first round, and so we were very cautious of how to go about it, also on the way the field was. But tactically, we wanted to be compact, we wanted to set them up, and the first goal was as a result.
And finally, it's a wrap for EBN News at this hour. Many thanks for watching, and my name is Leticia Afandi, and have a lovely afternoon.